Um,
It's a pen. Yes.
I'll be honest, I just wanted to brag.
Yeah. You just want to bring.
Yeah,
You're a bring creature. Huh?
no, it's the last like 2 days of class. I'm not paying attention anymore. We had a wedding last night, which was incredible. Loved it.
You were at a
12
wedding? Yeah.
I didn't personally. I went to a wedding.
That's what I asked.
And I
Did you
did
go
one
to
of
the
my
wedding?
favorite mitzvahs. So
What's your favorite mitzvah?
bringing joy to the kala,
Oh, wow.
because like bringing joy to the chassan's not really,
Not your,
Yes.
not your bag. No.
but like not really my side of the equation.
Malka Levana, you could be a stand-up comedian. You know that? All you have to do is stand up.
All right.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's
so-
go.
Yeah, I just not paying attention.
Okay. A little bit of discipline.
Okay.
Oi.
All right.
Oi is right.
All right. I'm gonna like do the morning breakfast too. I got here late today. For me. Okay.
Okay, even the most unworthy of Jewish people has a neshama, which is rooted in the nefesh of Malchus, of the lowest world, of Asiya, and that's rooted in the lowest level of Malchus, of the world of Asiya. And that's rooted in the lowest level of the world of Malchus, of Asiya. A nefesh, the nefesh, with this mashka, whatever it's called, dovetails, dolls that dovetail into one another. And therefore, in that principle, in the soul of this most inconspicuous Jewish person, the soul is wedged into the highest level, which is wisdom, chokhmah, of the highest world, which is Atzilus, which is deriving its life from the Rotzein of Hashem, which is connected with the essence of God. And so this person who has no connection with Yiddishkeit, Sarah Abigail, thank you for being here on our second last day.
Of course.
And therefore, when he realizes that this is it, these are his last moments in Olam Hazeh, is he going to be on Hashem's side, or heaven forbid, is he going to cave in? He stands up strong and declares the unity of God. This is a most amazing phenomenon. We can't explain it except in this way. That part of his soul is so deeply connected with the essence of Hashem, cannot and will not be separated from God. That's a Jew. That's you. That's Malka Levana, Sarah Abigail. That's me too, all of us. Your brothers, your sisters, parents, your cousins, everybody you meet. A guy said to me last night, Rabbi, you came out of shul with a big smile on your face. Why are you smiling? I said, I'm smiling because I just saw you. I admire the work you do. He happens to be an excellent, wonderful photographer. Very expensive, but excellent. And you work in Hatzalah. You save people's lives. You help people. So I admire what you are. How should I not smile to recognize you? Makes me very happy to see a person like yourself. He says, but how do you work? How do you do it? He says, you have to receive the Torah b'simcha and b'panimius. How do you work at being on b'simcha? I said, when you see a person, you think about all the wonderful qualities that are in them. So what Mili Alter is saying is when you see another Jewish person, you have to think, this person, however nondescript, really has a soul from the nefesh of the nefesh of the nefesh of Malchus of Asiya, which is connected with the highest level of Chachma, of Atzilus, which is connected with the essence of Hashem. What can we do? And that's how the Rebbe looks at everybody. Everybody comes to the Rebbe, and that's the Rebbe sees the infinite potential they have, because the essence of the Jewish person is that he is a chelek elokam imam mamash. He is the essence of his soul, is a part of God. And if you love God, you love this person for it. You're gonna ask me, what about this drug addict who's unwashed, reclining on the steps of 770, hoping someone will give him a quarter? What are you going to do for him? Give him money, goes on drugs. Say good Shabbos. You're so special.
I usually like that.
That's a good idea. I think you got the idea. We got it, Sarah Abigail. Okay, so we're on around page 277 somewhere. 278. Yeah. We finished. We passed. Turn to page 260. In the middle of the page, 260. Chachma, this is for the first day of Shvat and the ninth day of Shvat, very, very important days, both of them. This is the daily reading, depending on which cycle you're in. The first day of Shvat is the day that Moshe Rabbeinu began teaching the book of Devarim, the last book of the Torah, one last time before he left this world. And the ninth day of Shvat is the day that the Friediger Rebbe concluded his Nasias, and the Rebbe began his. The one also dovetailed into the other. Very, very significant days. So this is the beginning of Moshe Rabbeinu's last words. Moshe Rabbeinu was the essence of wisdom. Wisdom is Mokar HaSeichel V'Havana. This is the source of intellect. I'm going to read through this rather quickly because we've discussed all the ideas and I want to finish the chapter. So I think that we can move through it easily. The point is that wisdom is the tippy top, right, of the intellectual lightning rod. So that's where the infinite comes into the finite. Where does the lightning strike? It strikes the tippy top of the lightning rod, which is on the very, very top of the building. So the infinite strikes, makes contact with you at the highest level of wisdom, Chachma. What is Chachma? Is a potential. When you go to see the lightning, you can't see the lightning. It's gone already. So similarly, you can't understand what Chachma is. Because as soon as you perceive this inspiration of Chachma, here's Sarah Mora snuck in quietly. Good morning, Sarah Mora. I'm so glad you're here. You can't hold on to Chachma. Chachma is a total inspirational moment of vision. Where can you understand what the Chachma is? In your understanding. That's why you have a power of understanding, which is like the queen. If Chachma is a king, so understanding is a queen. Who has children, the king or the queen? The queen. Who gives the queen the children? The king. So Chachma flashes, and Bina takes that flash and holds onto it and develops it and expands it and compares it and weighs it and ponders it. That's all happening in Bina. That's what Bina does. Bina develops the potential of Chachma. So Bina Bina builds a home. You need to have a husband to make a home, but Bina, the wife, the queen, makes the home. Liebe Rivka, good morning. Thank you for being with us. We're on page 260, 261. Okay, so Chachma is the source of intellect, and Bina is where you grab onto the intellect and you grasp it with two hands. Obviously, last line, 260, page 260, Chachma is higher than Bina. It's the source of Bina. It's the inspiration of Bina. It's the energy that Bina works with. It's the understanding of an idea. So you have the idea is standing on a platform, and that that platform is Bina, which is the understanding. It's under the standing. The standing is Chachma. Page 261. Chachma is L'mayla mi'havana v'hasaga. Chachma, not only it comes before Bina, it's obviously higher than Bina, and Bina's understanding, that means that Chachma is higher than understanding. So that's where the infinite touches base with us, because the infinite is higher than understanding. So the infinite cannot come into Bina. Bina is understanding. It's logical. If Bina is understanding, the infinite cannot come into Bina. It can only come into Chachma because Chachma is higher than understanding. And so it transcends, it's higher, but energizes and gives life to all the lower levels, like Jadas and Chesed and Gevurah and Tiferes and Netzach and Hoyd and so on. They all get their inspiration from Chachma, which is that is the point where the radiance of the infinite touches, makes contact with us, lowly human beings. Continuing, page 62, 61, second set Hebrew lines. And this is it says here in the English, etymological composition of the word. Chachma is, we did this last day in class, koyach. The word Chachma is made up of two little words, move the letters around, right? The Chachma becomes koyach, and the ma remains ma. Ma means what? What is a question word? Question words are not questions. Question words are statements of the unknown. Who are you? I don't know. I don't know. It says in many shuls before the lectern where the chazan is going to daven, it says a person should know before who is he standing. For whom is proper English, right? Whom. What is the who? We don't know. You have to know that you're standing before something you don't know what it is. You're standing before God. You don't know what God is. Lifnei mi ata oimed. What is me? Me is mem is 40, right? Yud is 10. Aleph Beis Gimel Yud. We get to Yud is 10. After Yud comes Chof is 20. And 20 and 1, 22, 23, 24, until we get to 29. Then we go to the next level, which is Lamed, 30. 31, 32, 33, 30, till we get to 39. 39 labors of Shabbos. Then we get to the next level, which is 40. 48, 1, 42, 43, 40, 49 is 49 levels of wisdom. And the 50th level, nobody gets there. On the last day of his life, Moshe Rabbeinu was granted the 50th level. So you have to know, Lifnei mi, before whom are you standing? What is me? Me is mem is 40 and yud is 10 is 50. You're standing before 50. You didn't get to 50 yet. You're davening before Hashem. As high as you went, you still didn't get to 50. So me is a statement. It's not a question. It's a statement of what you do not know. And ma is what? What is mem is 40 and hey is 5. 45. 45 is the numerical value of the name of God when we spell out the letters, like Hey is, you can spell the letter Hey. Hey is Hey Aleph, or it can spell Hey Hey. And Yud is Yud. Vav Daled spells Yud. And Vav can be spelled Vav Vav, or Vav Aleph Vav, Vav. So Yud, K, Vav, K. And one of these combinations where they spell out the letters comes out to 45. 45 stands for this level of the name of God that creates life out of nothing. So the koyach ma is what? What is a thing? The whatness of the thing is the life force of God that's in it. That's the ma. The ma in the thing is the whatness of the thing. What is it? You don't know what it is. You don't know what it is. What is the life force that's higher than you can know what it is? Okay? So Chachma is higher than understanding, and it's higher than knowledge. It's higher than all the faculties that come after the level of understanding, which is all the 10 spheres, right? So the composition of the word Chachma is koyach, the potential. Before you have ma is, let me go slowly here. Ma, we said ma, the word what stands for the creative power of God that makes everything what it is. It's the ma, the whatness of the thing is the power of God that makes it what it is. Word ma means what? What's on your mind? What does that stand for? Ma. What is this? Ma, this is the power of a thing to be. So ma is the creative power of the thing. That's the ma in it, and the koyach is even higher than the ma. So Chachma is the koyach of the ma. That's Chachma. That's Chachma is wisdom. Wisdom is the source of all your.
So wisdom is the strength of what something is.
Wisdom is the power, the creative power of that becomes everything. Everything derives from Chachma is the point where the infinite makes contact with humanity. It's the tippy top. A high, tall building has a lightning rod on the top, and it's the tippy top of that lightning rod. That's where the infinite, which is higher than the whole world, makes contact with the world. What is it? It's gone. You can't see it. You can't understand it. It's higher than anything you can see or understand or grasp. Because as soon as you look to see what it is, it's already gone. That's why it's compared to a lightning flash. Where do you begin to understand it? That's where the women come in. Bina. Women are given extra bina. They take the inspiration of life and they build it into a structure, a home, a family.
Would our consciousness derive from Chachma?
Yes, that's called inspiration, or it's called vision, moment of vision. When I did a PhD thesis about an artist, a writer, so one of the most central pieces of work that he wrote, he called it moments of vision. And he was pondering the whole time, where do these moments of vision come from? What do they amount to? And what is it that suddenly tears away the facade of what you think the world is, and you see a completely different picture of what things are? He was writing at the same time as the Rebbeim of Lubavitch were teaching about this. And it was in the air, and he was like picking it up. Okay, so it says here on the bottom of page 261, that Chachma is a faculty which cannot as yet be comprehended or grasped by the intellect. You got your book? Here, take a book. Page 261. Here you go. 261. The very bottom. Read those heavy lines, the black lines, double black lines. Oh, Tova, I'm so glad you came.
The etymological, that?
No, after that. It is a faculty.
Oh, it is a faculty which cannot as yet be comprehended or grasped by the intellect.
There you go. That's it. That is Chachma. That is Chachma. So it is something, but something you can't grasp. It's something, but it's not something you can know. It is something, but not something you can understand. You just know that it's something because you saw it. You experienced it. That moment of vision, that moment of insight, that moment when the lights went on. Oh, the Tzemach Tzedek said, what's the point of learning Hasidus when we don't understand? It's so deep, we don't understand what we're learning. He says, the point is that there's going to come a time when you will understand what it means, and you're going to say, ha, ha, that's what it means. You're learning it now for the sake of the ah, ha, ha, ha. For the moment, you don't understand it. It's Chachma. Chachma is higher than what you can understand. And when you understand this ha, ha, guess what? It's like mountain climbing. After this ha, ha, there's another one, even higher. Okay, page 262. For this reason, the light of the Ein Sof, which cannot be comprehended, the Ein Sof means the infinite. God is infinite, the infinite source of life. As much as you think you know what the Ein Sof is, that's not it. Whatever, however you want to limit it, you have to know that there's something beyond that. Whatever you want to call Hashem, that's not him. He's beyond that. So all we can get is a shine from the Ein Sof, which we call the light of the Ein Sof, or maybe that's even too high for us also. So we can't even get a light. We can only get a radiance from the light. Like in the early morning, when it just starts to get light outside and you see through the curtains that it's getting light. You don't see any light shining in the house yet, but you see that it's getting light. You're getting a radiance from the light. And the light is from the source of light, which is the sun, which is a metaphor for Hashem. Hence, all Jews who have no knowledge of the greatness of Hashem believe in Hashem. He says he even includes here women who have not learned Hasidus, so they don't know about the deep ideas of Hasidus or Kabbalah, but they believe in Hashem more than the men because they have emunah. And emunah is beyond what you understand and comprehend. If you have a cup that you can see through, like this is glass. This is not purple, this is glass, okay? And this glass is filled with water up to here. The water represents what you can understand. Above the water, it's just air. And the air touches the water exactly, no space in between. The air represents what you don't understand. It's higher. The water represents what you do understand. That's why it's understanding. And the water represents what you don't understand. It's above understanding. We learn Hasidus because the more we know, so there's more water in the glass. The more we know, the higher the water is in the glass, That means the higher is what we don't understand. A higher level of emunah. Women have a lot of that. It says women are given an extra portion of what we don't understand. That's why men always say to each other, you'll never understand your wife. Don't try. Just do what she says. Cooperate.
At least they didn't do what we said.
Cooperate. Two children say, Mommy says, children, we have to clean for pay. I need you to cooperate and work together. So the one child says to the other, what does it mean to cooperate? So the older child says, it means do whatever mommy says. Cooperate, we work together. Means you do what mommy says. So hence, all Jews, even women who never learned Hasidus, even people who never went to yeshiva, don't know anything, just know my mother's mother was Jewish. Oh, I got news for you. You're 100% Jewish. I'm just a little Jewish. My mother's mother. No, you're 100% Jewish. Nonetheless, these people really believe in God. You mean I'm really Jewish? Says, yes, you have a connection with the essence of God. Oh, I believe in God. I'm going to tell you something. For so many of our fellow Jews today, this is like turning on a tremendous light because they don't even know if there is a God, and they would like to know if there's a God because their life is going to be very different. Their whole attitude to life will be different if they know that there's a God. I'm Jewish. Jews believe in God. That means I believe in God. Can I say that I really believe in God? I don't know anything about God. How can I believe in God? I don't know. You're not supposed to know. You don't have to know. You believe in God because you're a Jew. All Jews believe in God. We're believers. We're children of believers. We've always been believers for thousands of years. And the light goes on. And they don't want to let go of it. Take me to the Chabad house. And you see this. I was with yesterday at a chasana. The shliach from Berkeley came in because the chassan went through their Chabad house. He knew nothing about Judaism. He said the mimer so beautifully. He analyzed it. He said it in English. He put it all together. And the shliach was describing how he went through the whole system, knew nothing about Hashem, was experimenting, was looking around, and then he found Rabbi Jacobson sing A Tale of Two Souls, started listening to that, and then now he's a shliach at Berkeley, turning on students. Because when a Jew finds out that there's a God in the world, I remember when I was in college, I stayed away from philosophy courses with a 10-foot pole because I was, in the back of my mind, I'm going to have to write essays about God, and I don't know if I believe in God. I don't know anything about God. How can I write an essay about God? But isn't that what philosophy is all about? Well, really it is. It is what philosophy is supposed to be about. But it's not. I found out that it's not. You know what philosophy is about when you study in college philosophy? You don't study about God. You don't study about truth. You study about the history of philosophy. Who were the philosophers? Who were the outstanding philosophers? And, you hear what their ideas are, but you don't really internalize them. And you learn the linguistics, you learn the language of expression. How do you express truth? What is a true expression? What is not a true expression? Do you have apples? Do you have some apples? Do you have the apples? Do you have an apple? This is what philosophers talk about. How do I express truth? Because I don't know what truth is. Come to the Jewish person and say, the Abish is truth, and you believe in God because you're a Jew. Oh, it just turned on the light. Where do I get the cholent?
No one has ever asked that. I think sure, that's how we get people to go off the air. Sorry, but like, if you're giving them cholent, you gotta start off with, no, here's the hierarchy.
Okay, here's the
Start off-
candle. We're gonna start with the
Here's
candle.
okay, we start with
Here's
the
your
candle.
Shabbos candle.
Then
This
we
is
told them
light.
that we start and end
Okay.
every holiday with wine. And if
How
that
do you
doesn't
feel?
get a
Somebody
conversation
told me,
change-
Rabbi Barris told me last year, he asked the girls after teaching them Shabbos, how do they feel about Shabbos? You know, one girl said, how do you feel when you light a candle? One girl said, I feel when I light a candle, I feel like a princess.
Aw, that's cute.
That's beautiful. Because it's beyond understanding
I feel like a queen, but like.
and comprehension.
Princess, sure.
Okay, now, page 162. Ulagabi HaKadosh Baruch Hu, compared to the infinite, blessed be He, the Holy One. Word holy means beyond understanding. Shehu l'mayla min haseichel. He is beyond intellect, beyond knowledge. Uleis machshava tvisa beklal. That's the whole theme. Remember chapter 5, that's the first line of chapter 5. There is no thought that comprehend him. Said the misnagid to the chassid, where is Hashem? Where is Hashem? Said the chassid to the misnagid, donkey you, donkey you. There is no thought can grasp him at all. There is no thought can grasp him at all. Okay.
It's like musical theater. The Tonys were last night.
So the whole of creation, all the people are just like unintelligent creatures before him, because your grasp of the Eibishter and the cat are on the same level, or the dog staring at the moon, are all on the same level. Page 263, like it's written, because you see, I heard the Rebbe say this in a mimer. Ani ba'ar v'lo yeda. I'm like an animal. Who said this? King David said this. I'm in chapter 73 of Tehillim. I am an animal. I have no understanding. Behemes ha'isa imach. I'm like an animal before you. Vani tamid imach. I'll always remember hearing the Rebbe say this. This is one of my first days in Chabad. We heard a Farbrengen. I was in England. We heard a hookup of a Farbrengen, and the Rebbe, that was Rebbe's capital that year. And he said, I'm like an animal, he quoted King David, I'm like an animal, I have no understanding, but because I have no understanding, I'm constantly with you. Because if I felt that I understood you, that would limit my whole connection with you. I can't limit you. I can't put you into a container, except there is a container that the Eibishter can be found within that container, and it's called Torah, and it's called mitzvahs. So come the sages and saying, which is higher, mitzvahs or Torah? And they conclude mitzvahs are higher. But comes Rabbi Akiva and says, no, Torah is higher, because without Torah, you don't know how to do the mitzvahs. And it goes back and forth and back and forth. But that's where the Eibishter can be. He contracts himself and puts himself into Torah and mitzvahs. But because I don't try to think that I understand it, I approach you like a fool and like a beast here. And therefore, and thereby, I am constantly with you. Page 263, you see the words. Chana, read it out loud. The dark, the bold type. Because I approach you.
Because I approach you as a fool and a beast, i.e. through the irrational power of faith. Precisely therefore and thereby am I constantly with you.
I'm constantly with you. Therefore, even the most undeveloped, I don't like to use the word worthless because it's so derogatory, but it means a person who has no intellectual development or understanding of subtle spiritual ideas, and even a person, because he has no understanding, he doesn't know what the Torah is, so he's constantly breaking the laws of the Torah, which don't help him to understand God. Going to a movie on Shabbos does not help you to be more spiritual. So therefore, a person who doesn't know about kashrus, he's eating non-kosher food, it doesn't help him to be sensitive to spiritual, subtle ideas. So therefore, he's called a Rasha, a wicked person. And yet, he will sacrifice his life for the sanctity of God and suffer harsh torture rather than deny God's unity. I remember when the Yom Kippur War broke out, our courageous enemies attacked the Jewish people in Israel when they were all in shul on Yom Kippur. Very courageous act. If you're a coward, it's a courageous act. And they are cowards. And what happened? People who had no connection with Yiddishkeit, people who didn't even go to shul on Yom Kippur, sent millions of dollars, when millions of dollars were worth millions of dollars, to Israel so that they would have the wherewithal to fight the enemy. And they didn't have more millions of dollars in the bank. They sent their last millions of dollars. And why people who had left Israel and were not connected with Yiddishkeit, they went rushing to the airports to return to Israel to fight and even give their lives if necessary to defend all the other Jewish people. Where does it come from? It comes from the Chachma. Even if a person is a boor and illiterate, is ignorant of the greatness of a God, but his soul is dovetailed into the dovetail, into the dovetail, into the dovetail of the infinite. So the little knowledge they possess of what is not what motive. It's not because they thought it through. It's like a clutch in the soul that it can't be otherwise. And a Jew gives up his life and gives up everything he has, even though he has no knowledge or understanding, because they cannot be separated from Hashem or from other Jewish people, because Hashem and the Torah and the Jewish people are like three interconnected rings, hidden and revealed. And the hidden in us goes to the hidden in Torah, goes to the hidden and connects us with the hidden infinite in Hashem. So without, on page 264, Tova, where Tova left the class.
Oh, well, that's sad.
Okay, who's going to read the last lines of the class today? Who's going to read it? Who's going to raise your hand? Who's going to read the last lines? Okay, Sarah Mara, page 264. Without any reason, read in a loud voice, Sarah Mara voice, the black lines. Without any reason. Go on. Animates the entire soul. There you are. And we have finished chapter 18, which is life. Thank you very much. See you all tomorrow. Bezras Hashem, 8:30. I'm going to miss you. You're the best class ever.
Rabbi, you see the classes, but I'm gonna still take it as a compliment. I know the ways of a teacher. Come on.
That means you're going to be a great teacher someday. I remember when my Latin teacher told me, you should be a teacher. I said, me, a teacher? Oh, no.
I used to always say the only podcast I
Not
had any
me.
intention of running is my own. Hey,
Hannah.
I could learn it. You should. You should.
Okay, Chaya Mushka.
And then my Mishpia would laugh when I said that, and then she's like, ha ha ha.
Leah Rappaport. Thank you, Leah, for coming. Okay, now before you go, wait. I have something downstairs.
Yeah, I know. I'm always thinking of it.
Does everybody want to take downstairs with me? All right, I'll come back up.
Wait, what do you want?
Where is it?
I'll come back up.
Wait,
Don't
what-
go.
We're always here. What do you have to do? You can grab it.
Here.
Wait, I'm so confused what you need.
Okay,
What What do you mean?
Here, everybody give tzedakah.
Oh, cute.
2,
What's the special thing
1,
happening
2,
today?
3. Our last class, second last class.
Oh, people die.
Here, for you and Rachel.
Penultimate. I learned that word in Spanish before I learned it in English. Hi, friends.